Hello friends, this video on electromagnetic induction part 21 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 20 before going ahead with part 21. Now that we have discussed AC generator, it's time that we solve some problems on the topics which we studied just now. So here comes the first problem. It says that a long solenoid with 15 turns per centimeter has a small loop of area 2 centimeter square placed inside the solenoid normal to its axis. So let us suppose this is a long solenoid. It says that this solenoid has 15 turns per centimeter. That means N is equal to 15 turns per centimeter, or we can say 1500 turns per meter, and it has a small loop of area 2 centimeter square placed inside the solenoid normal to its axis. So this is the axis of the solenoid. So normal to the axis, there is a small loop which is present inside the solenoid whose area is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. If the current carried by the solenoid changes steadily from 2 amperes to 4 amperes in 0.1 seconds, that means inside this solenoid the current varies this way. That means what is the rate of change of current? Di by dt is given as I final minus I initial divided by time taken. So final is 4, initial is 2, divided by time taken is 0.1. So this is equal to 2 divided by 0.1, or it is 20 amperes per second. So this is the rate of change of current of the solenoid. So what is the induced EMF in the loop while the current is charging? Now we know that induced EMF is given as the time rate of change of magnetic flux. So this magnetic flux is nothing but product of magnetic field and area. Now this we can write it as, the negative sign here just shows that the induced EMF opposes the change which produced it, nothing else. Now what would be the magnetic field inside a solenoid? It is mu naught Ni, right? So this we can write it as mu naught Na into di by dt, right? So what is the value of di by dt? We have already calculated here. So we can put that mu naught will be equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. What is n? That is number of turns per unit length, which is 1500. What is a? That is area of cross section, which is 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 into di by dt, that is 20. So this comes out to be 7.5 into 10 to the power minus 6 volts. So this is the value of the induced EMF in the loop when the current is charging. Because the magnetic field inside the solenoid is given by this V, right? This is the magnetic field inside this solenoid. So because of this magnetic field, and for this magnetic field, we see that the magnetic field is actually changing, because magnetic field is dependent on current, and the current is changing with time. Since current is changing with time, that means the magnetic field is changing with time. So there is a change in flux, and this change in flux will induce an EMF on this small loop, right? Okay. So now let us look at the next problem, which says that a solenoid of length 50 centimeters with 20 turns per centimeter and area of cross section 40 centimeter square completely surrounds another coaxial solenoid of the same length, area of cross section 25 centimeter square with 25 turns per centimeter. Calculate the mutual inductance. So let us draw it first so that our job becomes simple. Let us suppose this is one solenoid and this is another coaxial solenoid, right? So what does it say? It says that, let us suppose the outer solenoid is represented by 1 and the inner solenoid is represented by 2. So it says that L1 is given as 50 centimeters, which is 50 into 10 to the power minus 2 meters. Number of turns per unit length N1 is given as 20 turns per centimeter, that is 2000 turns per meter. Area of cross section, that is A1, is given as 40 centimeters square, that is 40 into 10 to the power minus 4 meters square. It also says that for the inner solenoid, L2 is again 50 into 10 to the power minus 2 meters. N2, that is number of turns per unit length, that is 25 turns per centimeter, that is 2500 turns per meter. And area of cross section, that is A2, is 25 centimeters square, which is 25 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. So we have to calculate the mutual inductance of the system. Now we know that for a system of coaxial solenoids, we have just proved some time back that mutual inductance of 1 due to 2 is equal to mutual inductance of 2 due to 1, right? So if we calculate any one of them, it is fine. So let us suppose mutual inductance of 1 due to 2 will be equal to, we have already derived this formula, right? It is mu naught N1 N2 into A2, because in this case A2 is the area of the smaller loop, divided by L, right? So this, since we are given number of turns per unit length, so we can write it in terms of that. Now N1 by L can be written as small n1. Now N2 we can divide by L and then multiply by L. So N2 we can write it as N2 into L into A2. Right? So this mu naught will be 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. N1 is 2000. N2 is 2500. L is 50 into 10 to the power minus 2. What is A2? A2 is 25 into 10 to the power minus 4. So this value comes out to be 7.85 into 10 to the power minus 3 Henry. Right? Please do not get confused with this formula. Here I have assumed 2 as the smaller coil and 1 as the larger coil. So you understand the concept. Just don't memorize the formula. And if you understand the concept, then things will be easy for you. Now let us look at the third problem. It says that an air core solenoid with length 30 centimeter, area of cross section 25 centimeter square and number of turns 500 carries a current of 2.5 amperes. That means it is talking about an air cored solenoid. That means a solenoid which has air inside. So it carries some current. So length is 30 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. Area of cross section is 25 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. Number of turns is equal to 500. It carries a current of 2.5 amperes. The current is suddenly switched off in a brief time of 10 to the power minus 3 seconds. That means this was the initial value of current. After some time, the current is switched off. That means final value of current is equal to 0. In how much time? In a time of 10 to the power minus 3 seconds. So the small amount of time dt is 10 to the power minus 3 seconds. Right? So how much is the average back EMF induced across the ends of the open switch in the circuit? So we have to calculate the back EMF. Back EMF is nothing but the self-induced EMF. So the self-induced EMF, why will this EMF be induced? Because of change of flux. And why will there be a change of flux? Because of change of magnetic field. And that there is a change of magnetic field due to this change of current. So we know that magnetic field inside a solenoid is given by mu naught Ni, where N is number of turns per unit length. So this is equal to mu naught Ni divided by L. Now if you look at the change of dB with time, this will be mu naught N divided by L into di by dt. Right? So because of this change in dB, there is an EMF which is Therefore, from Faraday-Lenz law, we can say that induced EMF is equal to minus d phi by dt. So here this negative sign is only for direction. So even if I ignore that, that is okay, because it just shows that the induced EMF is in a direction such that it opposes the change that produced it. So this will be equal to d by dt of NBA, because we are talking about a solenoid which has n number of turns. So this will be equal to n into A dB by dt. Now what was dB by dt? dB by dt was mu naught n divided by L into di by dt. So this is equal to mu naught n square A divided by L into di by dt. So mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. What is the value of n? N is 500. So we can write 500 into 500 into area. What is the value of area? It is 25 into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by L, where L is 30 into 10 to the power minus 2 into di. Di would be what? I final minus I initial divided by the time taken. Right? So what is this I final minus I initial? I final is 0, I initial is 2.5 divided by 10 to the power minus 3. So this value would be equal to 0 minus 2.5 divided by 10 to the power minus 3. So this value comes out to be 6.5 volts. So this is the back EMF which is induced in this circuit. So did you understand one thing? Whenever we try to solve any problem, just do not put it into formula directly. Whenever you get a problem, first try to see why is an EMF getting induced, whether an EMF will get induced at all or not. If yes, what is the cause? Whether it is the change in magnetic field or change in area or change in orientation. So if you can get all those points clear in your mind, then the problem will become very, very simple. Let us look at the next problem. It says that two coils have mutual inductance of 1.5 Henry. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.